Welcome to my Maritime concert tour documentary. I'll be taking you on an adventure across the Atlantic provinces of Canada. Please subscribe to the channel and ring the bell to get notifications about all the episodes. Let's hit the road. Sunday morning and a day off at Prince Edward Island National Park, and I really lucked out with the weather. You never know when you plan so far in advance what you're going to get. We have a good day for exploring, and the first thing I wanted to do today was to select a little pebble for Stompin' Tom Connor's grave. I'm going to deliver this to you, good sir. He's buried at the Erin Cemetery in Ontario, and he grew up here in Prince Edward Island, so a little token coming your way, mister. Let's take a little time to explore Anne of Green Gables. Well, that was an enjoyable morning exploring PEI National Park, some parts that I hadn't seen before. My feet are ground down from the sand in my sandals, and there behind me is Anne of Green Gables. I even bought a copy of the book. Somehow I had never read it. Now I'm headed back to Stanhope Campground where I'm staying to work on my own book. Day 15 of my Maritime concert tour comes to an end, and so does my visit to PEI National Park in the morning. I've savored every moment, every grain of sand. A powerful image, that seal washed up on the beach. This is a natural place. We push on to Summerside next. Tomorrow morning I'll have one more walk on this beach, and I don't know when I'll be back. Last time I tried to come here, Hurricane Dorian had other plans for me, and I do all these trips as though they may never happen again. So we continue on with our journeys and savoring every moment.
Her eyes, they shone like the diamonds. You'd think she was queen of the land. And her hair was over her shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band.
I welcome you to week 3 of my tour. I have 9 shows on the schedule for this week, down from 11 unfortunately, but that's okay. I expected to lose a few. I am in Summerside and about to play at Andrews of Summerside, and then we're just in and out today. We'll be back in town in a couple of days. My first glance at the room where I'll be playing today, they have me all set up, music stand, chair, and microphone. I don't need any of that. I don't use a chair, I don't use a music stand, and I have my own microphone, but thank you. I like this place. They really get a guy set up for music. I have down here a big pitcher of water and some cups. There's even some cookies on the tray. Thank you.
I'm not going to leave those cookies behind. And kudos to the rec girl, Jaylyn, for angling the chairs toward the entertainer. Just a simple thing, but it makes a big difference to the residents with 90-year-old necks.
Entertainment in the activity room this afternoon with Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show.
Hooray.
That is entertainment at 1:30 in the activity room with Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show. Everyone come.
Yay.
We were talking about potatoes earlier, and I jested, there's no potatoes around here. Oh yes there is. There are lots of potatoes around here. And I know a song about potatoes. A song about potatoes. Now from Charlottetown or from Summerside, they load him down with the big long run. He's off with the pride of Sebagus. He's got to catch the boat to make Tormentine, then he heads up the old New Brunswick line. To Montreal, he comes a flying with another big load of potatoes. They're from Prince Edward, they're from Prince Edward. Woo! A song about potatoes.
A well-deserved noodle bowl after my successful show at Andrews of Summerside. Thank you, Annalise, for hosting me, even though we didn't meet today, and I hope to catch you again next year. When I rounded the bend approaching Chelton Provincial Park, I literally said wow when I saw the Confederation Bridge in the distance. And now we're on our way to Strathgartney Provincial Park. With an evening off, we're doing some exploring. Kind of late in the season for a fledgling robin, don't you think? Mama might think so too, the way she's chirping. But that's about all there is to see here at this provincial park. Funny little thing though, came right over to me, was curious about me. Mama wasn't so pleased, so anyway, finished my dinner and then I'm heading in to Charlottetown. Welcome to the birthplace of Canadian Confederation and the capital of Prince Edward Island, Charlottetown. I have some time to explore downtown Charlottetown this morning before my one show here in town. We're going to go to St. Dunstan's Basilica and Beaconsfield House. I've done something silly. I was walking around St. Dunstan's Basilica and the side door was open, so I wandered in and I was trying to get up to the main worship chamber, and I went through this door here and it is locked. I can't get back out. So I tried calling the parish office. I tried calling the priest, no answer. So I called Charlottetown Police. They're on the way to rescue me. A janitor released me from the bowels of the basilica. Well, that was one of the funnier misadventures that I've ever been on. I think I'm going to stick to the outdoors where I can't get into too much trouble. There's that troublesome basilica again. Well, a fun-filled morning here in Charlottetown, in advance of my first of two shows, my only one in town, here at Garden Home. But first, some PEI strawberries and Walmart donuts for breakfast. Good morning from Garden Home in Charlottetown. We're gonna have a little party here this morning. Well, it's so wonderful to be here in Charlottetown. As I was saying, I had some time this morning to wander around and explore, and I had a little misadventure this morning. I was down at the Basilica, and it was just opening up for tours, and I saw this door, and I walked in, and I'm looking around, and I was trying to get upstairs to the worship chamber, and I went through this door, and the door clicked behind me, and then I noticed the door was locked, and I'm looking around, and there was no way out. So I'm calling the priest, I'm calling the police. Help, I'm trapped in the Basilica. It's a true story. So next, I'm knocking away on the door, and about 10 minutes later, there's this janitor walking by with a bucket. And he's looking around, he can hear me knocking. And
he sees me standing in this doorway waving, "Help!" It's a true story. He lets me out. I explained myself with my tail between my legs. I was trapped in the bowels of the basilica this morning. True story from Charlottetown. Now here's a PEI song all about potatoes. There's no potatoes around here. Well, it's buttons budding from the bright red miner rolling on the highway's fire. The spuds are baking on the back of my rig and the drum is ever down. Here comes the cops. There's some crazy tourists trapped down in the basement of the church. Now the cops are looking for the son of a gun that's been ripping the tar off the 401. You know the name of the back of the truck shining in the sun. Green Gables, their numbers ever down. Now to zip over to Montague for the second show.
Tremendous fun entertaining at Garden Home. Thank you so much, Angela, for the egg salad sandwich. It was delicious. Sometimes the added energy of busting out of captivity adds to the energy of a show. And now I am in Montague, about to play at Riverview Manor, another place that I love visiting. I've been here several times before, including their old location. It's good to be back. Let's go have another party. That's a significant gift from some island bird. Even it's red. And there behind me is my concert hall. Beautiful spot here. Beautiful place.
Ah, simple.
Are you a pretty boy? Are you a pretty boy? Are you going to talk to me? You see, the sign says you'll talk to me if I say you're a pretty boy. You're a pretty boy. Not talking today.
The PEI provincial anthem, this next number, from a fella that used to do a lot of this. Oh, you know who I'm talking about. Stompin' Tom Connors. This is a song about potatoes. Of course, you folks don't know anything about potatoes. Now the cops been looking for the son of a gun that's been ripping the tar off the 401. Woo! You've all had a potato.
I did.
Oh, yes.
I didn't remember that.
Merciful. What a day. Some adventures, some misadventures, and now I'm at my campsite here at Brudenell Provincial Park. Whew, she's a hot summer day. I overheard someone saying this could be the last hot summer day of the year. Tomorrow is, after all, the last day of August. Out for a walk, gonna have a swim, but right now I have something I'm curious about. Deep roots in this part of PEI. Walking in the woods, similar to when you're driving around, there's no large animals. There's no deer or moose or bear or elk. About the biggest thing you're gonna find is a red squirrel or red fox or a redneck clam digger. I'm getting a bit of a red neck from all the time outside in the sun. Well, it's certainly warm enough, but the sharp edges of all the shells make it a little unpleasant, even with sandals on. And besides, there's a pool right there. So I'm gonna go freshen up there. There, this is a little better. I met two amazing ladies today, one in each venue. One lady was 100, the other one was 101, and they were similar, both really alert, cognizant, communicative, participatory, didn't sleep during the program, smiled and had fun. Beautiful ladies, and just humbling today. Such an incredibly good time, few adventures. And now I'm signing out from Brudenau Provincial Park. Oh, my feet are sore from all the walking in sandals. There's little pressure points and the sand grinding into my flesh. But it's a small price to pay for the fun that I'm having. And this morning we're headed to Georgetown and Burnt Cove for a quick look about. Yesterday, a resident at the home where I played in Montague, I couldn't really understand what he was saying, but he kept saying Georgetown, Georgetown, Georgetown. And then the lifeguard at the pool yesterday also mentioned Georgetown was beautiful, and it's right near Burnt Cove, which is supposed to be exceptional. And it's just up the road. I want to be in Summerside in time to try to get my tires balanced, so we're going to be in and out. Let's go have a look. It's certainly an odorous little village. Nothing too breathtaking there in Burnt Cove and Georgetown, but it was worth having a quick peek. And now to fly over to Summerside. An update from Summerside. I'm going to defer the balancing of my tires. She felt solid coming from Montague this morning. So we're going to explore Water Street here in advance of my afternoon show. And I hope it happens because it is weather dependent. It's an outside show. Rain is in the forecast for this evening. It's a little iffy right now. We'll see what happens. warm welcome to Somerset Manor, my first of 2 shows here. I was to be at Wedgwood tomorrow, but with a little schedule change, they're going to host me for 2 shows instead. So let's have a double party. Sharing my pre-show snack with Mr. Crow. What a great backdrop I have here today, the Acadian flag. I want to sing a song about something you know a lot about. This is a song about potatoes. I have a panel of potato experts before me. Woo! Uh-oh! Here comes the cops. They're from Prince Edward Island. I go to a lot of concerts, but they're all my own. I've been craving seeing a major act for a long time, and it just so happens that here in Summerside tonight is Bryan Adams, and I have the night off. I decided it had to be done. I'm here at the Bryan Adams concert. It's going to be fun. Flying cars.
Only a PEI.
This is my song about Canada, but I'm going to dedicate it to you, Summerside. About a songwriter is you have to write the truth. Write the truth. You have to write your truth. Write your truth. Truth.
I hope you're enjoying the documentary so far. It's been a great ride for me too. Great to be on the road again. I hope you'll consider supporting my work by going to my Patreon page, patreon.com/Jimmy's Old Time Radio Show. You can support this work, help keep me on the road, delivering live and virtual music to seniors across Canada and really all around the world. Or if you want, you can just leave a tip. Both of the links are in the description below. Let's get back to the program now. Farewell to Prince Edward Island and hello to Nova Scotia. Good morning.
50-25 please.
So if I don't pay you, am I relegated to a life of potato picking?
Yep.
That's how it works. Okay, I better pay. Free from potato picking. Yes, we're on our way to Nova Scotia, via New Brunswick, of course. It's just taken an awful long time to get there. Can't this boat go any faster? Well, just the way I like it, I have about 6 hours to make a 1-hour drive to Pugwash, and it allows me chances to explore. In the shade of the old apple tree. I welcome you to Pugwash, Nova Scotia. This is where they make lobsters, I think. All kidding aside, the Thinker's Lodge is where there were some of the earliest high-level talks about nuclear disarmament. Very important historical place. A warm welcome to the East Cumberland Lodge here in Pugwash, Nova Scotia. Some work going on around here. Well, I have another superstar now. And an American fella this time, and a fella that made quite an impression when he entered the country music scene in Nashville back in, the early 60s. His name is Charlie Pride.
Oh, wow.
And here's a song from him. It goes like this. Oh, and that's the whole song. When the rays of your crystal chandeliers, Charlie Pride. Such fun in Pugwash. Thank you so much, Jill and the residents. You've been fantastic, and I look forward to seeing you again. And now for some camping here at the Gulf Shore Campground. Brewed right here in Nova Scotia. Cheers. Good to be back. PEI was visible on the horizon, but now it's fallen underneath with the rise of the surf and the curvature of the earth. Picked up a little hitchhiker out there in the field where it shouldn't be. Gonna put him in the woods. Let go. Let go. There you go, little one. Okay, what humble fare do we have tonight on the menu? Grocery store chicken fingers and mac and cheese. Delicious. Water. A nectarine. Some cookies from East Cumberland Lodge in Pugwash. Looking forward to that. Oh yes, and I have to finish off my special Nova Scotia brew. Bottoms up. Good chilly morning to you. It feels like fall.
It's called the Syndicate Mine. Opened up in 1961, closed in 1969. Didn't last long, and it's a smaller mine. Only went down 3,000 feet deep. Best way to do it is just look down to the bottom of the slope, and I just want you to think about those miners that were trapped down here for those 12 days.
Okay.
Or just their daily jobs. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So it'd be this dark down here, minus the light coming from the door. And all they had for a little lamp, all they had for a little lamp was similar to that. But these are LED lights, so your lamp back then would be 10 times worse than this.
Yeah.
And your modern day lamp, if I can find it, shines all the way down to the bottom there. But say that we're in a group right now, there'd be a group of 10 in this little slope here. And one at a time we would have our lamp on. So right now I would have my lamp on, and everyone else in the group would be mining. And after my hour's down, I'd turn my lamp off, and someone else in the group would turn theirs on, and I would just be mining. And they did that just to conserve their batteries.
an interesting tour of the mines here in Spring Hill, where so many men died. Nearly 500 died just in the explosions and earthquakes, plus many more just from everyday workplace accidents, falling rocks. All kinds of things could happen. It's such a deadly job. The legacy of the fossil fuel industry is deadly and dirty. I left a gift for Anne Murray at the Anne Murray Center this morning. Just a personalized business card with a note on the back saying that my audiences love her, which they do, especially right here at High Crest and Spring Hill, which is one of just 2 venues in the Maritimes where I've played on each tour. This is my 6th show here. I'm ever so grateful.
What kind of a fella goes to a coal mine in a white shirt? Huh? I managed to come out unblemished though. I mean, the standards are a little higher now than they were back in the days of the explosions and the big bump. But a lot of history here in Spring Hill. I also stopped at the Anne Murray Center to leave her one of my cards with a little personalized note on the back. I always joke that I always invite Anne Murray to my show, but she never shows up. One of these days. I want to sing an Anne Murray song, how could I not, while here in Spring Hill. This is called Snowbird. Beneath its snowy mantle golden gleam, the unborn grass lies waiting for its coat there to turn green. And if I could, you know that I would fly away with you. Yes, I would. I would fly away with you. Thank you, Spring Hill.
Alrighty, we made it to my next campground, the Glooscap campground, just outside of Parsboro, Nova Scotia. Let's have a look around. A sincere thank you to Bev and the residents at High Crest and Spring Hill for hosting me yet again, a top supporter here in the Maritimes. I look forward to doing it again. Cheers. Once again, the Bay of Fundy, and the tide is coming in. About 2 hours until high tide. Undoubtedly, the video doesn't do the scale justice, but there's quite a cliff there and a hole between the rocks. I'm gonna go check that out with you. These are actively eroding cliffs. I've heard some pebbles coming down, and more than just pebbles come down. I mean, these big boulders come down too. She's a 100-foot cliff for sure. You can see the high mark here, and there's others further up the beach. Each day is slightly unique, depending on the storms and weather. And that big rock there also shows the averages. An authentic Nova Scotia sea cave. Let's see if I can get through. Awesome. Whew. Merciful shade here in the cave. A lot cooler. The sun is setting that way though. This shadow is shrinking. So many quartzite veins inside of this cave in the black rock. She's beautiful. We've spent a good deal of time underground today. Well, I'm going to work my way back down the beach and have my dinner. My final full day on Prince Edward Island. My mission this morning was just to rest after a late night. Couldn't get to sleep after watching Bryan Adams, so much fun. And now some lunch. I was on a quest for some seafood, but I'm gonna have macaroni and hamburger instead. Here at the college, good prices. School cafeteria food at its finest. Cheers. Okay, back at Somerset Manor for show number 2 here in as many days. Good to be back. Different spot though, so it feels like a whole new venue. And I'm going to change up my repertoire today as well. I still have my Maritime standards, and of course I can't omit You Are My Sunshine. But beyond that, I'm going to change things up. I'll even have a couple September songs to incorporate today. And while I was loading in, I had a call from Newfoundland. I wonder who that was. As my audience gathers, this is already my last show in Prince Edward Island. Kind of bittersweet. But what a beautiful day. Look at that blue sky behind me. I'm gonna go do some exploring after this show. Just go a little bit north of here, west, whichever way it is, over to the Malpeque Bay and go to the beach, soak up this evening. So let's have a little party here.
It's the bluest sky I've ever seen in my days on this earth. Beautiful. Brings to mind a song. P-E-I sky. P-E-I sky. Here's a song from the 1930s, all about this P-E-I sky. Simply called Blue Skies. Blue skies shining on me, nothing but blue skies do I see. No, nothing but blue skies.
You're welcome, mister.
Oh, show me the way to go home. I'm tired, no one to go to bed. I had a little drink about an hour ago. It flashed right through my head.
And now one final exploration on Prince Edward Island before we push on to Nova Scotia tomorrow. On this first day of September, we are at the Cabot Head Provincial Park. Let's have a little look around. You can see the tide coming back in. Low tide was 2 hours ago, and already the sandbar that I waded out to is almost concealed. Well, this is a fast favorite, this place. I'll be back for sure. I won't be camping here tonight because I'm feeling frugal. Just one more night here, and Walmart was so quiet last night. But next time I'm in PEI, I will come here again.